Yes, does it work? Is Facebook Live? Yes, it looks like it. I guess third try is the best. Hi, hello from cold, snowy Switzerland today. For those who don't know me, my name is Katerina, and I'm a watercolor artist, as I said, based in Montreux, Switzerland. With my art, I would love, it's become clear lately that I would love to empower women in a soft sense, in a sense where they remember their vulnerability and the courage that incurs when you let yourself be 100% vulnerable, and not to always want to be in the doing, and but just being and letting life flow in a more spontaneous way. So that's a little bit about me and my art. So let's take this away. So I've drawn, I had to move the camera around because Facebook was not going live. So I'm trying to see if you guys can see the painting actually. So I have to move you a little bit. Hope I'm not making you dizzy. Hello, Amanda. Thank you for watching. Is it cold where you are too? So I made a divine feminine lady. And I'm going to start with the gold. I want to use some gold on her. She has like a halo. A halo. How you say in English? Halo, halo. I don't remember. So for that, I'm going to use today the ink and gold. These are very nice colors. They're made in Germany, and they sparkle. They spark. So they have glitter. They're made with mica. So to use them, you first have to make them wet and let them sit for a little bit, because they're quite hard in consistency. So let's see. I'll probably need a bigger brush because the size of the painting is quite big. So I'm trying to let this soak up. I always like this paint because it's so glittery, it's shiny. It's really beautiful. So when you hop on, leave a little heart. Say hi and where you're from. I don't bite, I promise. I don't like it myself when you say hi or comment on somebody's post and then they leave they jump into your DMs like immediately after. I feel it's like so unpolite. You love that paint, Amanda? Yeah, it's really nice paint. They have other colors too, but I stuck with the gold and silver. There is one that's actually called moon gold, this one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little bit too pale for white paper. It would be better on, I don't know, probably on black paper or brown, something like that. It would look nicer. So let's start in the back here. So I took actually a cover from one of my pens. Oops. To let's take this away. That's what you can do it. To actually make the circle nice and even, because by hand it's not easy. That's not easy to do, to keep it straight. I have a little brush at the ready just in case I need that. So I'm starting with the halo and then I'll probably do the background. See what she tells me, where she wants to go. So I'm applying it quite thick because I would like it to be quite apparent when I finish. Let's see if it's maybe it's gonna need a second coat, or If I find it not strong enough, I might just use the metal, how you call it, metal sheets that are available, that you just use glue, and it's like really thin paper or metal sheets, and then you glue them. It's like gold leaf. That's what it is, gold leaf. Yeah. So I'm happy this morning we woke up to a lot of snow here, which is quite astonishing for Montreux in April. But now it's melted, and my flowers that are outside my window are happy again to not be under a heavy layer of snow that made their heads bend a little bit. So you can see it's starting to come together. I'm trying to stay into the screen, but it's not always possible, so that you guys can see. If I go over here, it's a bit better, huh? So I looks like I might have to add a second layer. It's not very intense in color, but for that I'll have to leave this one dry. It looks stunning, that color, really warm. Love that you had snow. It was snowing here, but it's not laying. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't stay here either. The snow. But I'm okay with that. It only stays where it's where there is shade and where it's colder. Yeah, the color is nice, huh? I love this ink. It's called Inca Gold. And I also love the fact that it's made in Germany, in Europe. A lot of paints aren't. We always have to buy from a foreign country, so it's nice to have something from here. So. And normally when I paint a Divine Feminine, the words are not coming so easily today because I'm concentrating on painting, and the words don't always come when I'm painting. But this, normally the poems for the Divine Feminine come after I painted. But this time it was actually the opposite. The poem is already there. She already told me her story. So, yeah, that's going to be quite interesting to see how she's going to end up looking. The little corners, but that's okay when it passes, because it's watercolor. It doesn't matter if it goes a little bit over, because the hair is gonna be black, so these little uneven parts are gonna be covered. But it's starting to look nice. I love these gold sparkly colors. I don't know if you guys do, but I definitely do. Yeah, so and I hope the sound is okay too for you guys. Some people say that sometimes they can't hear very well, although I have a expensive microphone. But apparently sometimes the sound doesn't come well enough. So let's see, the gold is drying. We can work a little bit on her skin tone. So I prepared new skin tone. Oops, that's not good. Not on the skin, my friend. So I prepared some skin color. Sometimes I make little notes while I'm working. That's why the paper was there. And with ideas. You can hear me. Good. You guys can hear me. Good. Awesome. Sometimes you get worried that people don't. So to mix skin color, you guys can't see it. Here you go. To mix skin color, I always take like a soft red And then I add yellow and a little bit of green and a little bit of blue. So I'm not using the brush with the gold because that brush has now, oof, I need water though. That brush has now like sparkly stuff on there. So that's not an option. Otherwise everything would be glittery. So I'll do it like this. I normally do the water layer first, as usual. So that then the colors can blend together more easily. There we go. I had a massage client this morning and we laughed so much. I don't know if you guys know La Linnea. It was a cartoon from when I was young. And it was just a line, and the little man moved along that line and then had all these adventures. And one of my friends, as a birthday gift, she painted it for me on a little canvas. And we, after the massage, we were actually watching this little Linnea guy, and we laughed so hard. It was funny. I don't know if you guys know this figure, but I like the simplicity of it just being a line and still expressing so much emotion. And it was an Italian series, so it's good. It's not so hot, so the colors are not drying so fast, so that's super. That's great. So my dream is to have a really nice table, so I can have a setup where you guys would see everything, the whole painting. That would be ideal to have. So I'm trying not to get too much glitter on this pen. That would not be good. You need a little bit of water, my friend. And then I have this nice rose doré from Windsor to make the shading. Love this, the wonderful lady. What was fun was I had since a few days I have somebody following me that's from Japan, and one of my paintings has a woman in a kimono, and she recognized it, and nobody else made a comment that she was wearing a kimono. So it was very interesting to see that that was the first thing that she noticed, was the kimono. I really liked that. Let's see, a bit darker here. I hope my hand is not hiding her too much. Yeah, I'm trying to find, every time I try a little bit different setup, and then one day it's gonna be great. The trial and error of posting online. So it's under the lip, it's always quite dark actually. There we go. Let's see. And after this, I'll probably, when this is dry, I can do the background here. It should be okay soon. If you have questions or something, don't hesitate to ask. I'll just check the comments. Once in a while I look up to see the comments and my glasses are falling off again. I might have to run over to the store to have them fixed, as they're synthetic. Then the plastic after a while just deforms and you have to have them adjusted once in a while. There we go. Yeah, you can see it's running down a little bit here, so it looks like she has not eaten correctly, made a mess while having her lunch. My poor little brush is getting old, so I'll need to get some new ones. The hairs are not nicely shaped anymore, so the brushes, they lose their point, so they get like, you can see, right, hi Sasha, thank you for jumping on. So they're like all fuzzy. Let's get this red here. So I hope that soon we can travel again. I would like to visit friends and see if I can get an exhibit somewhere. That would be nice to have, to be able to go out a little bit. So let's maybe do, before I start here, this needs to dry. I'm gonna just take away a little bit because this is too much and not, yeah. The shading behind the lip is just a little bit too much. How's the weather? Did you say you are in? No, I'm in Germany. No, I'm in Switzerland, in the French part. In Montreux. It's on the, in English you say Lake Geneva. The people here don't like that very much. They want you to say Lac Léman. Kiki is in Germany. Where are you, Amanda? In the US or in the UK? Or in, oh, could be Australia. I don't remember where you're from. I normally watch, look at people's profiles, but then sometimes I forget where they're from. So we need, oops, the gold is coming out really nicely, so I can put that to the side. Let the gold color dry, and let's get my favorite, where are you? Here you are. Payne's Gray. To do the background. What else should we take? What are you inspiring? Are you okay for now? Oh, you're moving around. That's cool. My dream was to do like a around the world trip. That would be so nice. Just to have a year off and then travel around the world and visit all the countries. I really want to visit Switzerland when we are open and I have my camper van. That would be cool. With the camper van, it just can't be too big because a lot of the streets here are really, really small and narrow. So it's not easy to get around. We have often in summertime Dutch people that come with camper vans and then they get stuck. They get stuck in the little mountain roads. They can't move anymore. So you have to be just aware of that. But otherwise you're good. It's nice to come with a camper van because you can stay wherever you want to stay. It's always very nice. So which side can't you guys see? It's that side. I'm going to slide you over a little bit. Or I just stay here. I want to do the background now, so There's actually a super nice camping place in Montreux that's right on the lake, so you can like get out of your camper van and jump in the lake. It's amazing, that camping. A lot of, in summertime, that's where I often go for to swim in the lake. The lake here is really, really clean. It's almost too clean now because they say they wanted to reintroduce some fish, and they actually can't survive because the lake water is too clean, which is kind of hilarious if you think how dirty it was before. Will you complete this painting in one sitting, or do you come back to her a few times? I come back to her a few times. I can't finish in one time because I have to like let the layers dry, really dry. As you can see, like especially here, the paper goes like buckles a little bit. That's why it's got the impression that the paint is doing this, but actually it's the paper that's buckling. So with watercolors, it's I think like with every other paint, it's layer upon layer to get the result that you want. So, and I want to work with a little bit of salt, and that's why it needs to be quite wet. Otherwise the salt doesn't give the details that I want it to give. It doesn't give the effect. Let's put this there. Get all the salt. I prepared it for sure. And there it is, hiding. So I'm gonna add some little salt crystals. Because the sun is shining now, the effect should work. I've noticed when it's really humid, the salt design doesn't really happen. Let's get one here. And then see, I'm gonna go down here and do the background this side. I want to make it wet first. So I'm using a lot of water on purpose. Trying to see. Yeah. Not that I miss any questions. If I miss a question or a comment, I'll get back to you for sure afterwards. Yeah. I'm not at the point yet that I have 398 comments. I can still go back and answer you guys. I'm participating in a course on magic. In that sense, the magic that we have inside of us. And this lady has so many comments. She can't answer all of them. She has like hundreds and hundreds of responses on her live videos. It must be quite intense to have that many people commenting. Ooh, that's a little bit too much water, I think. Oh dear, oh dear. Let's get the towel up. That's a good thing. When there's too much water, I just take a little paper towel and I just like soak it up a little bit. There I go. Yeah, that's better. And also if it's too wet, what happens is that the salt crystals will just dissolve in the water and not not give the little designs that I'm looking for. There we go. So I'm gonna add some salt crystals. I don't tick. Here, that would be nice, and some here. I like the designs that it gives, like this organic feeling. It's a bit too dry already here. So I have to work like for the background. You normally have to work like quite fast when it dries. So it's the salt is for decoration, yes, Amanda. The salt will, when it dries, it will pull the color towards it, and it will make like these little designs that that look like I don't know, dendrites that you sometimes find in quartz stones and stuff. And I always find this fascinating. It's for me, it's like magic or alchemy that you get this effect with the salt. If you look at some of my paintings that are already finished, you can see it. You can see the little designs. And yeah, it takes a while for them. While drying, they just soak up the salt. The color, sorry. The salt soaks up the color. There we go. Can I speak? There we go. You can't see down there, but I just wanted to finish that little corner in the bottom here, even if you guys can't see it. So that everything here on this side is kind of done. Yeah, you can't really see, but here it's already soaked up, so it makes these like little tree planty things. You can also use alcohol, and the alcohol will push the water and the color away, but it's more like, let me see if I can find, here you go. So the alcohol is more like, makes these round blobs. The salt makes these little organic shapes, and I like these organic shapes. The blobs is just like round blobs in that sense. Yeah, I don't know if I have other one where you can see it better, the salt. This one maybe, can you see the ones on the bottom right here and here? That's the difference. This is salt and this is the alcohol. And I just love the organic feel. It's alive. So the painting becomes in that sense alive, because it's living. While the salt is working, it's living. So let's maybe work a little bit here. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, time flies. Wow, it's already 5. I feel like I just came on. Ooh, that's not good. That's what you get when you don't clean the brush really well. Let's see, yeah. So I'm gonna, now that the face is dry, I can work a little bit on the neck and so her head doesn't look so floaty, like it's as if it's floating in the air. And let's come some paint. I'm happy you think it's a cool idea. I don't know if you paint as well. It's fun to try it out, to how to use the salt crystals. You just have to try it and, you know, see what comes out. Yeah, and play and see. Oh, sometimes you use too much water and then it doesn't show, or you don't use enough water, and then it doesn't work either. And you just have to find this middle thing where suddenly this magic happens with the little crystals. Let's get some water in the red color. And then we can give some definition here, so she doesn't look decapitated. There we go. Up. Ah, now the church bell is ringing to say that it's 5. Do you have church bells where you guys live? Like, I know not every country has them, but it's nice to hear the little church bell ring to say what time it is, and yeah, to remind us, It's very discreet. I lived next to a church where the bell, somebody had gotten fed up with the bell, so they had shot on it, and the bell, since then, the resonance was not correct, so it hurt the ears. It was not very nice sound. So I like working on camera, actually, because I can correct and see where I need to add some more color. It's actually a good help, because the camera only has one eye, so it sees mistakes better than we do. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see here how it's starting to get the designs, like the little white rings around the salts? That's where the little designs are. Some places have bells, not where I am. I like it if it's not too close. Yeah, I like it too when it's not too close. Yeah, can you see the salt now? Huh? I can really see. Yeah, the salt, it's so cool, isn't it? And when it's gonna dry, it becomes more and more defined. So these down here are more defined than the ones up here, but that's okay. It's just, it can do what it likes to do. Yeah, the effect from the salt is amazing. In Germany, only the Catholic churches have bells and ring them. Oh, that's interesting. I live in a l'église. Ah, yeah, it's a Catholic church, l'église Saint-Vincent. Yeah, it's a Catholic church too. I didn't know that the Protestant didn't ring the bells. Yeah, the salt is cool, huh? It's like stars or galaxies, things like that. And I like those, so I guess that's why I like it so much. Let's add some more darkness here. So you can see she's slowly taking shape. She's emerging out of the shadows. I like that. It's like a surprise every time. The eyes look kind of weird still because I haven't done the pupils, but for that I want everything like to be super dry, so that the black from the eyes runs into the face, and the eyebrows is the same. I don't want to really provoke that, so this one needs more. And as you can see now, I'm just like layer on layer on layer to make it darker, and so that it shows correctly. Yeah, it's a little bit more here. And then this will also be skin colored, but this is almost out of the screen for you. Yeah, coming along. So if you ever tried the salt crystals, that would be cool. If you could show me how it comes out for you guys. Let me see. I want a small, tiny brush. Tiny, tiny. Where are you? Are you? Yeah. I want to do her lips a little bit. So I normally go first layer, just one color, and then I do the next one over that. It needs a little bit, tiny little bit of water. It's too dry. There, that's better. So I do one layer of red, and then I'll go over with the shading, a little bit of brown or a darker red that I mix. And so it brings it more alive. I'm trying not to put my arm into I didn't think that through. I'm trying not to put my arm on the salt crystals. So there we go. And I always leave a little bit of white because reflection of the light. She looks like Katniss. Is that her name from the movie that I also can't remember the name of? But Katniss is, yes, Katniss from the, I know which movie it is, yes. Katniss is an American, amazing, strong woman. So it's, yes, Hunger Games. Yes, there you go. Yes, I remember, because my name is Katerina, and some people call me Katniss for whatever reason. Yes, well, she could be, huh? She's quite fierce. True, true. And I quite like that movie, actually. It's there's so many movies out there now that I find too violent. Even series, it's like gore just to be gore. And yeah, it's hard. I can't handle that. I have nightmares if I watch movies like that. But I did know Katniss. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see now the salt, how it's behaving here? It's like getting super big. It's that's the design I like when it does these things. And with the lips and then the eyes, the face is gonna become really alive. And it's actually, the poem is about fierceness. So yeah, it's about fierceness and vision. So well, that's a good comparison with Katniss. I love that. Maybe I'll have to give her a new name now. Oh, who knows? Who knows? Let me get some black for her mouth. Yeesh, that was not. Just little, not too much. Not to make it too intense and strong for the first layer. And there we go. Yeah, now we can see it's starting to really take this volume of I'll do her eyes a little bit. So she gets to see. There we go. Yeah, she's coming along nice. I like. Sometimes when you paint something, it has this face where it looks kind of ugly. It's an ugly face that the painting goes through. Yeah, it just happens. Sometimes it happens that. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. It's like an ugly face where you have to just persevere and wait and say, okay, it's gonna come. I just have to be patient and let the painting do what it wants to do until it takes like shape, and then you step back and you go like, yay! You're happy that how it comes out. it's not always easy. Or like Picasso, he used to say that he never, when he went down, he turned his canvases around against the wall when he finished in the evening, and then when he went back in the morning after, he said he never knew if he was going to find a masterpiece or a monster. And it's I found that quite extreme, but sometimes that does happen, that you're like astonished with what came out in a good way or in a bad way. It's I think every artist has this a little bit in that sense, yeah. So now I need to let her dry. I can see that there's like also spots here in the gold. Can you see that are a bit lighter? So I'll have to redo them, and here as well. So I'll have to retake them when it's really, really super dry, which is not the case yet. The paper is still buckling. So I'm gonna leave you guys here. I wish you an awesome rest of the day, or a nice morning or afternoon, depends the world. It's always amazing to think that some people are sleeping and we are like in the middle of the afternoon, or they're just waking up. I think it's wonderful that we can, with the social media, connect with so many people and keep contact with friends that we met during our travels, and I just think it's beautiful. And with that, I'm gonna leave you all. Love you, and thank you for watching. You enjoyed watching, Amanda? Thank you. She looks beautiful. Have a nice afternoon. Have a nice afternoon, you too, Christina, or Kiki. You prefer Kiki, if I remember right. And have a lovely afternoon. Bye bye.